What's up, everybody? That's MB.
And that's MB.
And this is kind of Foster's mate.
B is
We are the Loot Troop.
stripped back and chilled for your enjoyment.
Lootcast episode 2. A bit of a
This
chill
goes
out.
through the roof, this. You normally get a good 6 views on this.
Yeah, a good 6 views at least.
So to them, that's the 6 that watch.
If you invite
This might
another
be-
6, and they invite another 6, and they invite another 6.
Yeah.
Imagine how many views we'd have. We'd crash the internet.
I think we'd get about 24.
Much like our next subject will, our first subject, which will be Star Wars.
Yeah.
Nothing but Star Wars.
We're going to go through everything that's kind of went global over the last few months. So you're talking Star
some.
Wars, you're talking Civil War,
Yeah,
and then
big
we're
time
going
Civil
to
War.
review the Hot Toys figures that have been announced over the last 6 or 7 weeks, plus go through what's coming up next for the Loot Troop.
Yeah.
So,
Hint, hint. There's a lot of Star Wars figures being shown over the last few weeks.
yeah. So on the screen there'll be stuff kicking off. You'll have obviously seen all this because you're obviously geeks like us. But this guy
Yeah, this
loves
is just stuff for us to have in the background. Any pictures, stills, and that what we bring up, we'll link them in the video so you can see them properly. But first off, Force Awakens trailer. Oh my lord, what a trailer it was!
What did you make of all this?
I love Star Wars, so you know I'm excited. I can't wait.
We'll clear this up as
cannot
far as
wait.
Star Wars goes. The original 1, 2 and 3, big fan. Love them. Watch them over and over again. The next 1, 2 and 3, the Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson I think was in there.
Yeah, he was in the first one.
Hayden Christensen. Never even seen him. Never even seen him. Never gonna watch him. Not invested. But you've seen a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen a lot. The prequel trilogy isn't the best. There's some good things in there. Darth Maul, obviously everybody thinks he was underused and killed off far too quick because he was probably the best character in episode 1. And you know, it's the lightsaber duel that he had with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan was absolutely fantastic. The guy playing him, everyone knows, was Ray Park, who was in the X-Men. He's really good at all this martial arts stuff. Episode 1 as a film was terrible, and if you look back at them now, they look terrible. And that's all of them, not just episode 1, 2 and 3 look worse than what the original films do.
Yeah, I've got to say, from like someone going off, well, I mean, like this, the way that they've got this, the destroyer and
Yeah,
everything,
the
it
Star
looks
Destroyers and
unbelievable, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
It looks unbelievable.
And that's going to link in a little bit with the game that was released, Battlefront. You're going to get to experience the battle, as it were. Darth Vader, love him.
So, the girl that's in this,
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's her there.
No, that's Luke.
Oh, is it?
That is Luke. Apparently that is Luke. He's got the dodgy hand. And if you remember from the films, he gets his hand chopped off in Empire Strikes Back. So everyone's assuming that's Luke. And
yeah.
probably is.
Yes.
And the fact that he's given R2-D2 a bit of a pat on the head.
Yeah.
Now, there's rumours flying all over the shop. Kylo Ren's Luke Skywalker. I don't believe that. Kylo Ren's played by
I've heard that.
another character.
Yeah.
Another
It was
actor.
on one of the things on my Facebook, it was his birthday
It
the
won't
other day
be,
or something.
yeah. There's rumours everywhere.
Needless to say, that could be bollocks, because
It could, yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme played the Predator and he wasn't kickboxer.
No, but he didn't play the Predator.
He did for a little
He
while.
auditioned for the Predator.
He
That's
jumped
a-
about
that's
in
a-
trees.
That's a big crab thing. Big lobster thing.
Every part counts.
Van Damme, you've got to love him. But yeah, the rumours about, obviously the characters who I think they're going to focus on it is the young ones,
Who do you think the girl
Finn
is?
and Rey. I think the girl is possibly a Skywalker. She, put it this way, she's either going to be a Skywalker or a Solo. The
I've never seen it.
coloured guy, Finn, played by John Boyega, the rumour with him is that he's related to Calrissian. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But you see a lot more of him wielding a lightsaber in the trailers, although it's only the same clip than you do of the young lass.
Look at him,
I mean,
man.
Hamill looks apart with his beard there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rumours going on about Mark Hamill because you don't actually see him in the trailers apart from that little clip, and he's not prominent in the posters.
Yeah.
So the rumours flying about that he's Kylo Ren, and that's why they haven't shown him. I think his balls. I don't think he's going to be Kylo Ren. I think he's going to have such a big part in the film that by showing any more than what they've shown, it's going to give it away, or he's not going to be in it much.
I've not seen all this like outtake stuff. Is that Sean Penn?
No, Simon Pegg.
Sam Pegg.
Yeah,
That's
he
Sean Penn.
plays one of the alien things in it.
Does he?
Oh yeah, loves Star Wars, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We love a Wookiee. I love a good rub of a Wookiee's head.
And it's the original one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the original
dude.
guy playing him. He's knackered like.
Yeah, he's
Obviously.
in the size of him.
Yeah, he's.
His length alone causes an output aches. Oh, there he is.
But yeah, I personally think he's not going to show much. I think the first this new film is going to be about them finding Luke Skywalker, and obviously there's stuff kicking off around that.
Have they signed up to so many movies, the original cast?
You don't know. I don't think it's been put out. I've not seen it anyway. But the only thing I know is that, and it was bounded about the internet a while ago, is that Mark Hamill's already in Ireland filming episode 8.
Alright.
So whether that's he comes back in an Obi-Wan role as a ghost and is in the rest of the films, or he plays a prominent part in the second film. I don't think he's going to be in this film until the end, because I think they're going to be looking for him. And I think that's what it's going to be about, because from the trailers it seems to be going on about rumours of the Jedi and the war and the Sith and what happened.
I can't
During
believe
that.
little Ewok fella's in it, Willow.
He's always in Star Wars, isn't he?
I know, but why?
They brought him back as
Are
the
the
Golden
Ewoks
Rod.
in?
I don't know. So, yeah, on that, I personally think Luke's not going to be in it much. I hope he's in it a lot more, because it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I think and everyone was saying he's kind of messed up because he's been in the car crash and stuff, but when you see him on this, if you just we can give you the links to what we're watching now, hopefully you can see it.
Yeah, I
He's
dare
got
say
the beard
everybody
on and
that's,
that, and he does look the
Yeah.
part.
everybody that's clicked on this will have seen most of it anyway,
Yeah.
because it's Star Wars and they're still shotting out little trailers now,
Yeah.
TV spots here and there. I mean, this is the main one, the newer trailer, which is fantastic. I mean, there she's cave diving through a
What is
Star
she like
Destroyer.
what is she then?
She's just on a planet. You don't know who she
She's
is.
just like a bounty hunter or something.
Yeah.
Or
You see, with the films and the prequel trilogy, one thing it does do is the fact that it sets up a lot more that the fact that the twins were split and Leia was sent to Alderaan and Luke was dumped with his uncle on the crap all that is Tatooine.
yeah.
And that could be a similar thing, because up to now nobody knows what's going on after Return of the Jedi.
He looks
don't
mean,
know.
doesn't he? Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah,
bad guy
he looks quality.
class.
That's the only reason I ordered the figure, is because he looks class. Whether he's a good part in it or not is yet to be
Who's
seen.
that he's got there though?
Poor Dameron, who was a X-Wing pilot
Right.
and probably going to be a decent role in the film. of Han Solo.
Yeah, he looks the part, doesn't
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
he? This looks gritty. Where it's raining, it's torrential raining.
look at that.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. It really is. It doesn't make me want to watch the 3 newest ones because I'm completely not interested.
But yeah, back to that, the new ones. Obviously, it shows at the end that the twins being split up, and that could be the same thing with her there. I think Rey, she's called in the film. She could be one of the kids, and the fact that we don't know what's going on after Return of the Jedi, and the war's obviously still gone on. After it hasn't ended with the Emperor.
And if he's got like a lightsaber,
yeah.
Is he a Jedi then?
Who knows? Or is he just using it?
Because he has a Stormtrooper costume on at one point, doesn't he?
Yep.
Mind you, so did Luke and Han Solo, didn't they? In the originals.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Force Awakens coming soon.
Not coming soon enough.
I know. I wish it was now.
Not coming soon enough. It seems like it took forever.
I'm saving money because I'm going to break the bank watching it.
Yeah, and every other trailer or clip that gets released just wants... Have you played the Star Wars game? Like, it just...
You need to play
it. Makes you wet for this, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. The fact that they're releasing the Battle of Jakku next week, 2 weeks before the film's released. Jakku? It's that planet.
Right.
Well, I'm assuming it's that planet. It's definitely the planet you see on the trailer with the Star Destroyer in the background, crushed in the sand. Basically,
which looks like this kind of thing.
Yeah, with Battlefront, you're going to be fighting that battle as it happens during Return of the Jedi. So you're going to see, I'm assuming from what's being described, you're actually going to see that Star Destroyer crashing into the sand.
Yeah.
Poor Dameron with his badass X-Wing.
Yeah.
That's a completely different colour to all the rest. I mean that.
So is that Luke?
That's Kylo Ren, and
right.
you can tell that that's not Luke. One, I think Luke's a little bit chubbier. And obviously he's a bit older and a bit chubbier.
That's not the noise of the Millennium Falcon flying through the air if you can hear it.
That's the beer
power
fridge.
that keeps everything cold and keeps us cool.
It's the power of the beer.
But honestly, if you
you will get me a beer.
I'm not I hate Call of Duty because there's loads of people running about.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront, 40-man maps are unbelievable. It just feels like you're in a Star Wars film, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Totally
They've got
like,
that's the main thing is they've got the aesthetics of that game down to actually being in Star Wars.
the smaller maps that kind of open up to another level, and if you do play it, we'll hit you up with PSN tags at the end of this video. If you want to give us a ad, come and join us. And we don't just play Star Wars, but it's the main thing at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, if we get a few ads, then we'll set up a community.
Yeah.
A YouTube community. People can join in, see what everyone's playing, and just jump on and make friends through there. That would be class for us. That would be a really big thing.
This is what he needs to get.
The Flame Trooper.
The woman out of Game of Thrones.
Oh, Captain Phasma.
Yeah. You've got to get that figure.
I'd love to, but they just overlap.
Usually what?
Pre-orders overlap.
To take down the overlap. You've got to get that Hot Toys figure, which will be seen later on, which I hope makes him get it.
I probably will get
Princess Leia's had some work done in the galaxy far, far away.
She can afford it.
Of course she can.
She's a princess.
She's a princess. She's an absolute honey
To be honest, do you know what? She looks better than what I thought she would.
I think looking at that, what we've seen there, I think Luke looks miles better. He actually looks like he's aged alright, especially with the added beard.
Oh yeah.
But these battles look unbelievable. They look like the game. That's what's going on in the game.
The thing is that was from the prequels, I think, until Episode 3 was something they didn't get right, was the space battles, and then Episode 3 kicked off with one of the best space battles. It was class. And Episode 3 is probably the best one in the
Is that the Clone
the
Wars?
prequels. No, it's the Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
And it probably is the best one, and the lightsaber battles at the end are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I've been told to kind of skip the first two and just jump straight into that, but I'm not interested.
Even the second one, it's not terrible, but it's not fantastic. But it sort of does kind of gradually get better. But Hayden Christensen's I mean, I'm no fantastic actor or speaker or whatever,
So
but
bad casting.
he's bad. He is bad, but he plays whiny down to a T, which is what they wanted to portray Anakin as, and he does it. I suppose in the third one he probably comes on a lot more because it's when he starts to turn, and that's when it gets good. And you get to see Samuel Mothereth and T. Jackson flashing a lightsaber about.
He just doesn't play a bad part.
Yeah, no, he never does he?
So, anyway, Star Wars, what do you think?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah? Look at this. We're old school. Check that out.
Class game,
We keep that on our bookshelf. Don't know where the disc is, but we keep that on our shelf. Just so we can say we were there.
I know where my disc is, it just won't go on my laptop because it
There we
doesn't have
go.
a disc drive.
I've got the box, he's got the disc. Let's make lots of money. So we're moving on to the next one, which super excites me. And it's Captain America. It's classed as Captain America 3, isn't it?
Captain America 3, Civil War.
Yeah. But they've got that many on the go now. It's just every film can be an Avengers film.
Yeah, this is an Avengers film.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like an Avengers film.
Yeah, it follows on at the end of Ant-Man when it starts off with Bucky trapped in a vice.
Yeah.
Sides.
Whichever side Spider-Man's on.
Oh, sitting on the fence.
No, because Spider-Man's going to be on Tony Stark's side.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, he gives him a suit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Rumour is.
Well, rumour is.
Rumour is.
No, I don't
How
know.
did you feel about this?
What,
Civil
Civil War?
Of Ultron, yeah.
No, it looks better than Ultron.
Ultron was
The trailer.
class.
No, it wasn't.
Ultron was beauty. Honestly, I should kick him out
Do
of
you-
this room.
Do you know what my problem is, right?
He's surrounded by Ultron.
You went, right? You obviously had your Avengers, and you went from there into Captain America 2. And Captain America and Black Widow had absolutely fantastic chemistry in that film. They were brilliant, absolutely brilliant together. And then suddenly,
The Hulk.
and then suddenly, you move on to this film where she wants to get born by the Hulk.
Look at him though. He's magnifico.
Well, yeah, he is, but
You will get a Hulk
But-
video, by the way.
in terms of a cinematic universe, where did that connection come from? Because it wasn't there before. She had the bit in, the first Avengers where he was after her, and then that was it.
I think she's
And
been
then-
about, hasn't she? To
Yeah,
be fair.
oh, she loves
She's
it.
obviously been with Hawkeye. She's going through the full team.
Well, maybe.
And in an Iron Man 2, she was all over him.
Now, don't get me wrong. It's a good film. It's not a fantastic film.
What is the
It's a
only
good,
thing?
it's a good
that
popcorn film, and
they
it's
should have done-
it had a lot to live up to because the first Avengers was fantastic.
Yeah,
because
we're
it's-
dragging them all together.
But because Avengers is fantastic because it's the first time you've ever seen that done.
yeah,
It's the first time you've had
I think.
God knows how many films leading in to one big team up, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, I think speaking from my personal point of view, and you'll see it when later on, further down the line, way further down the line with the figures that we unbox, that they should have stuck. He's just an entity. He drifts through computers, and you know what I mean. He's not. He's just a virtual reality, isn't he, Ultron?
Oh yeah.
And I personally believe he should have kept the first version of it, but they couldn't do that because the rating would have changed. Because he was kind of freaky, you know what I
he
mean?
was. Definitely.
But for me, I thought it was a better bad guy. The way he came in, all like battered and
The way he came in was class, but he wasn't as good as Loki.
Well, Loki's Loki, isn't he? It's just nailed on
Yeah.
for Tom Hiddleston to be Loki.
And I mean, the voice work by what's it, James Spader was brilliant for
Yeah.
Ultron. It was good, but I just think the way the actual character that the CGI'd for him it didn't work.
So, we're moving on to this. I've kind of
Yeah.
paused it because we drifted off on Ultron. And on this trailer, he's obviously found Bucky. And it looks like they want to bring him in for what's gone on in Winter Soldier, where he's been a naughty boy, and he has been a naughty boy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That's why we like him. I thought he was a class bad guy.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was
And
beautiful.
I've paused
He
it
was
just
absolutely
after
fantastic.
he's been served with what looks like the register. that
The
they wanna-
Sokovia Accord,
Yeah, that they want to try and keep everybody
it's called.
within.
Now, in the comics, and I'm assuming it's probably the same thing here, it's a legislation act by the government, and they want all the heroes to come out, admit who they are, come out as being the actual person that they are. So Spider-Man, Peter Parker, spoilers, and Captain America and Tony
Spider-Man gets mentioned.
butt
yeah,
heads over it, because although everybody knows Captain America is Stephen Rogers, he doesn't want to do it. And everybody knows Iron Man's Tony Stark, and he wants to do it. And I think it's a way, when they do that, obviously the government's going to control them.
The vibe I'm getting from it is, I think Tony Stark's think that the Winter Soldier should be brought to justice.
Yeah, I think that's a vibe from
I don't
from
think
this
it's so
film,
much
at least.
about that. I think
Yeah.
it's more about the fact that, hang on a minute, he did do that. He doesn't know the
Yeah.
guy. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what he was or why. And there's quite, well, it's kind of like a touching point where he says about, like, no, I need to do it because he's my friend, and Tony turns around and says, well, I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, you know, when they've been through what they've been through in the films already.
I mean, that's one of the good things about the film is there's always been a little niggling there between them both.
Yeah.
And
That
they've
was
always
planted
sort of
early
nipped
doors,
at each
wasn't
other. It was planted in the first one, yeah, and then sort of came across a little bit more in Age of Ultron. And then it'll be interesting to see how it obviously goes full blown like this, and how it kicks off. Because it does, I mean, at the minute, I think that Sokovia thing is going to play a big part, because when you look at that, it looks a bit like Captain America's being a bit of a baby and just saying, well, Bucky's my friend.
Yeah.
I want everybody to like my friend.
Hopefully you've seen the Falcon unboxing that we done
Oh god,
on the channel.
Falcon. I hope Falcon
And
has a big play at the
Honestly, when you see this trailer, he's like the ultimate partner, isn't he?
Oh,
no matter
yeah.
what, he's sticking with Rogers.
Yeah,
isn't he?
definitely, yeah.
And you just don't know what's. It's obviously torn Black Widow because she says like stay out of it now, and
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I'm just like I just hope that they haven't put too much into it, and they try and cram too much into it, because there's a still in the video that's kicking about on the internet where there's Captain America's team, which will come up later on the trailer. The people have zoomed right in and you can see Ant-Man on his shoulder, you know, so you've got Ant-Man that hasn't even featured, you've got the Black Panther dropping in there, which we'll see. I'm going to restart it in a minute.
He looks
Looks mean.
badass.
Yeah, and then you've got Spider-Man to explain, do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like it could kind of trip off on its own sort of success, because with Ant-Man, they did the origin story with Yellow. I didn't think Yellow Jacket was that strong of a character, but the origin story of Ant-Man was brilliant.
Yeah,
The film was brilliant,
Yeah, the film was class.
and the guy Paul Rudd was an absolute masterstroke. They never failed to get a bad casting
No, never.
with these guys, and I just think that they kind of shot them like loads together. And fingers crossed, because I'm absolutely Avengers stupid, that they nail this, because from the trailer it looks like they're gonna, but you just don't know where it's heading. Because I read something this week that the captain from the Hulk, who's in this, he's walking through when I watched the Rewind Theatre on IGN. he's walking through where there's two guards and they're saying that could be the pit where he changes into the Red Hulk.
Mm.
Like, right, hang on. You know what I mean? Like, we've already got loads to take in. Like, what's going to happen? I understand Spider-Man's apparently being spotted in different films looking through a window or whatever. But let's just explain certain stuff. Because the Hulk's not even in this.
Yeah,
so
I think it would be a big mistake to bring in General Ross as Red Hulk without having the Hulk in it, and all rumours point to the Hulk not being in it.
yeah.
The next film he's in is Thor 3.
Yeah. Well, he's already said it. Ruffalo's not in there.
Yeah. So,
I'm going to start it off.
is it a bit of,
So
you know,
that-
sort of sleight of hand and pointing the direction towards something else when he could be in it?
I think there's more. What we haven't seen in Winter Soldier, there's a lot more going on. There's a lot of explosions at the start that probably happened and was done by the Winter Soldier.
Possibly, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's the first time where we kind of meet and he kicks off.
But then you could also turn around and say, what's the Winter Soldier attack there, and why would he have done it? Because essentially S.H.I.E.L.D's gone,
Yeah.
and Hydra's possibly nowhere to be seen. I mean, look at Falcon there.
He looks
Oh,
mint,
God.
doesn't he?
Yeah. You need to get that one.
No.
You need to buy another Falcon with red wings.
Yeah. There's Black
There,
Panther
Black
there.
Panther
So
looks
I'm gonna quickly pause it again because we haven't got as many trailers as what we have for Star Wars.
Yeah, this is the first one.
I've
Well,
paused
this
it
way.
there where it's Captain America chasing Black Panther. Why? We don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't got a clue. But Black Panther has ties to Tony Stark because of
Yeah, he does well.
the guy out of Ultron was they sort of done weapons trades and stuff.
Yeah, they did weapons trade, and I think he turned into someone called Claw.
Yeah, well, he's had his
Is that
arm
what he
lopped
said?
off.
Yeah, he
hasn't
had his arm lopped off, and he turned into someone called Claw, who is.
They have there's an arm gets lopped off on everything as a nod towards Star Wars, isn't there?
Yeah, and I think that's going to tie in with Black Panther, because I'm sure he's that Claw's a bad guy towards his country. I think it's Wakanda or something it's called,
Yeah.
where he comes from.
Yeah.
Quite how they're gonna shot him into the movie, I don't know.
Do you
Because
think it'll end with them being completely divided and then having to come back for Infinity Wars? Or do you think by come the end of the film, everything will be settled?
I don't know.
And the biggie, which honestly I do hope, do you think that someone will die? Because I think someone should die.
I don't think someone will die in that.
I
I
think someone
think-
should.
I think your first part of Infinity War, a few people will die. A good few people.
Yeah, I think
'Cause
everyone should die.
I mean, you look at the end of Age of Ultron, and it starts with Captain America with his sort of new Avengers.
yeah. And Scarlet Witch that's his team
Yeah.
in this, isn't it?
Yeah, and Scarlet Witch is part of it, and obviously it looks like there she's a bit divided through the trailer. Because she says something, keep out of the way, doesn't she? And he says, what are you going to do, arrest me, type of thing, blah blah blah.
That's Widow, yeah.
Yeah. But the interesting thing for me is Civil War in the comics. Spider-Man has a very, very big role throughout that comic. And it starts with him and Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Now, we
I mean,
know that. I mean, look at
that
that.
is
Looks
class, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks fantastic. The main thing for me is Marvel only got the rights to use Spider-Man again later on, so he's not going to have that big a part. So, who's going to take up that role? And what they're going to do? Because I think that so far through the comics, Spider-Man actually unmasks himself and comes out as Peter Parker. Now, if that's wrong, I'm sorry, because I've not actually read the full comics. I've read bits and bobs, but not the full thing.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how it's going to work. Now, don't get me wrong, they can do a film with that that many people in it because they've proved they can. Avengers 1's fantastic. Avengers 2 is good. He loves it. I just think it's good, but that's by the by. It's still a good movie. It's still made money.
It's just all going to have a bar
Made
fight.
bank, yeah.
The Hulk's going to walk
A
in and
bar
say, like,
fight.
split it up. And then everyone just gets on, and instead of having shawarma, they're just going out of Parmos.
We
You
love
probably won't know
Parmos.
what that is, but you will if it's mentioned like shawarma was.
Yeah, definitely.
And everybody's friends after a Parmo.
But what could happen is, obviously, this leads into Infinity War, and there's going to be a bit of a struggle in the ranks there. I think Infinity War 1, you come back with your main bog standard Avengers, even with Iron Man in there
Yeah.
helping out. And towards the end of it, there's going to be some deaths, and that's when you bring in these new guys: Black Panther, Spider-Man,
Guardians.
Bucky,
Guardians.
maybe Guardians. Yeah, you could even say
Bring the Guardians in.
Captain America dies,
Yeah,
and then
because
Bucky takes his place,
Yeah,
because that's just going off comics. That's what happens in the comics.
but this looks brilliant.
Yeah, it does.
And you know
Needless
what?
to say,
Can
I
I
was
just
gonna-
say, like, from the first one, I rewatched it there, like, not so long back. Captain America was kind of like a tag-along character in the Avengers world for me. It changed because the Winter Soldier was that good of a villain. The Winter Soldier sort of crept in, and it was like, it's probably the best one. It's
Yeah.
really good with the twist of like Hydra and Shield, and it's really good, isn't it? And not forgetting the guy at the end, he becomes something, doesn't he? The guy who got burnt who's working with him on the stealth team.
Yeah,
It just kind of changed the way that you sort of look at the Avengers, because he is a major player now, and then it swung it straight into this villain.
the thing with me, what was so good was with them. I mean, your Iron Man films are all very similar in that Tony Stark takes precedence. He's a bit of a comedian. Blah blah blah, and the three films are very similar. Captain America, the first film was a war film, your
Yeah.
typical World War One type film. The second film was like a James Bond,
Mm.
and it was class.
Mm.
And the way that they did that was absolutely fantastic. And it's obviously been the same guys directing them
Yeah.
for 1, 2 and 3.
Is it the Matrix guys?
No. And it's two brothers, but it's not the Matrix guys. And then they're going to go on to take over from Avengers.
Yeah, they're doing.
So
the
they're going
Infinity
straight from
Wars,
they're
aren't
going
they?
straight from Civil War straight into
Yeah.
the Infinity Wars. So it's going to tie in really well.
Yeah. Yeah. it
They've
does.
got a
It
hell of a
looks
job
good.
on their hands, but it's gonna be good. I'm excited to see that film. Really excited.
So you're going to sit on the fence. You're not going to say what team you're on. You're not, are you? You never do.
What
you?
team are you on?
Right. I'm on. Right. I'll tell you what. Right. I was torn because I like Bucky. I'm pointing at Bucky because he's to that side of the camera. I liked him, and I liked that fella, and I liked Falcon because he was so good. So I liked.
So you're on Captain America's side?
No, I'm not. And do you know why?
Because
Because
you
of that
love
one.
Iron Man.
Because of that one line where he says like, "I've got to do it because he's me mate." Yeah. Well, we were. That's it. And then where they're just beating on him there. You know what I mean? It's I'm team Iron.
Well, I think I'll more than likely be Team Iron Man because I think that's who Spider-Man's going to be with.
Yeah. So that's where I am. That's why my Legends is.
And like I said, I think from the trailer it comes across as if Captain America's being a bit of a baby. Well, Bucky's got a friend. I want to save my friend. Nah, 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 which is fair play to him. But you don't F with Iron Man. You just don't. You don't F with Iron Man.
I hope Don Cheadle gets killed.
Oh no, Don Cheadle's got to stay. He's beauty.
Nice. I've been over an hour and over the figure for ages. So if he gets killed, I don't need him.
I know, but then you might get an awesome battle
dead
damaged
one.
die-cast figure who just limp. limp.
So speaking of
die-cast
the
figure.
figures, let's move on.
God, Falcon.
Let us know what you think of them two films if you do watch this. They'll probably be the only ones that if you do watch this, they'll probably be the only ones that watch it to get it up to the views that we get. So come releases.
Yeah, I hope someone watches
There
it.
we go.
Oh, Boba Fett, look
Right.
at that.
That is not a photo. That's the quarter scale Boba Fett that's been released. I know you're getting the 1/6 scale, which isn't
Yeah.
too far behind it, but that looks like a guy climbing up normal stairs.
It will be.
It's mental.
Either
There's
that
been
or
two
it's very
quarter.
small stairs.
Yeah, there's been two quarter size Hot Toys figures. We are just concentrating on the Hot Toys because we've decided to go Hot Toys Z box. So for the time being, it's Hot Toys and Z box.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we hope that you like what we're doing. So that's the quarter scale Boba Fett. What do you think?
Class.
Yeah. So he's already out there. We're waiting on the 1/6 scale Boba Fett, which
Yeah.
I'm excited for.
Oh yeah, damn right. There's a reason I pre-ordered him, and that's
'Cause
because
he's
he looks
mint.
class. He looks absolutely fantastic, and I don't know if you've got the picture there. They even released. There's a Ralph McQuarrie version of Boba Fett,
Alright.
and he's white, based off the first sketches, and he comes with a beach towel.
That's beauty. That can't be Hot Toys, is it?
I think this one's Sideshow,
Right.
but he comes with a beach towel, a Star Wars beach towel.
That's beauty.
But it looked at it just. He looks virtually similar to that, but obviously all in white, and he doesn't have the accessories. But Boba Fett all the way. It looks as a figure, and you're gonna get some decent accessories with it. It looks class.
He's crazy for someone who doesn't really do much.
Yeah,
He's just a big character because
he's a
someone
big.
who doesn't do
Yeah,
that.
the fans love him, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he was my first pre-order because I didn't really like the look of the Luke Skywalkers that were out there. I think there's 3. There was a Sideshow one on when he starts off in Hoth with all his big, thick winter gear and that on. There's the one in the Stormtrooper outfit, which I didn't like because you don't get a lightsaber with it. And there's the one in his TIE Fighter gear, the orange gear with the helmet and everything,
Yeah.
which looked alright, but I really like the Return of the Jedi version. And I know all you're going to get is a character with plain black clothing on and a lightsaber, but I just like the look of that character.
Yeah.
I think it must hang. I think going back, Return of the Jedi was probably the first Star Wars film I saw as a kid, and that's maybe why that's so iconic. And I love the Emperor
Yeah.
because I remember after jumping through hoops to get the Emperor as a kid, and he came in just a little white box, and it was absolutely crazy. So, yeah, he's my first figure, and we'll move on to Force Awakens shortly. But next,
Yeah. No, well, I'm looking at that quarter scale Boba Fett, and I've done 2, and we'll get to the second one that's been released lately, further down the line. I'm excited for Boba Fett. I like him because I used to always be him on Star Wars Monopoly. But I'm excited to see it because
It's gonna be good
that
unboxing.
there just looks like a guy dressed up as Boba Fett. It looks like Boba Fett walking downstairs. So, right, this one, this absolute plain bog standard average figure that's going to just make up part of the team has been delayed and delayed. So they've officially announced now that these are the final takes and it's out. So we're hoping to get this figure in December, so it'll be one that we're unboxing very shortly.
yeah,
And it's Maria Hill from the Age of Ultron Avengers, which will look a lot better on the grand scheme of things when Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury gets released.
yeah.
So that's now definitely out. So I'm not expecting any more delays. We've had 2 months delay on that through Sideshow. So that should ship this month. That's the official picture of that.
The close up on the head sculpt on that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Maria
And
Hill.
this is the second one. And that looks like a photo. This is the other one that's due with Maria Hill. Hasn't been delayed. Not expecting delays. Again, we were hoping to get this in December. And I just think that will make them
Oh, that looked
the
fantastic.
Muts, and it's the Thor Age of Ultron Avengers figure. So no expected delays. It's already out in Hong Kong. People have already got their hands on it. We appreciate the following that we have that just watch our videos because it's a bit more
Yeah.
mixed up. But looking at it, first things first, we could have had the Dark World. It could have already been up there, but I wanted Thor with his arms out. Yeah, I just think it looks better.
I dare say the figure's arms are bigger than my head.
Yeah, yeah. But looking at that, he looks the part. So
Oh, yeah,
that's the
definitely.
second one. Moving on. The Stan Lee one was announced. What do you make of that?
I want to give him Obi-Wan Kenobi's wizard hands.
You've got Darth Vader coming through there, but yeah. Stan Lee is...
I think Stan Lee's going to be one for an ultimate collector.
Yeah.
Not just a collector of Guardians of the Galaxy or, your Avengers. I think if you got everything Marvel, so people who might just collect Captain America figures and they go for everything Captain America
Yeah.
would have a Stan Lee.
Yeah. He's not on the list. He looks a good figure.
I think
he does look a good figure.
I think the do with that would be to get it and try and meet him at a convention to get him to sign it.
Yeah.
And then that's a massive, massive collector's piece then.
Yeah. If
Now-
he lives any longer,
now-
'cause I don't know he's alive now.
That's the thing, like, not wanting to wish anything bad to happen, but
We want Stan Lee to live forever.
yeah.
I think it's like Weekend at Bernie's. He just gets dragged
Weekend
around.
at Stan Lee's.
But he's not. It's been released. He's up for pre-order. So if you're interested in Stan Lee, he's now up for pre-order.
It looks class.
The previous ones, Boba Fett, the 1/4 scale figure is out. The 1/6 scale figure is still up for pre-order, but times are ticking.
Yeah.
The Maria Hill is out. That should be shipping normal, and the Thor figure is out. So this one is, if you want to start now and you want to start with Stan Lee, you've got time. But we're not gonna go down that route. That's the next one. That's the 1/6 scale Darth Vader by Hot Toys. Sideshow done their version of it, which we spoke about off camera. It looks really good.
Comes with a light up base and a light up stand for his helmet.
Big Star Wars fan. Not so big Star Wars fan, but that guy is Star Wars for me. And as soon as I'd seen it with him 2 months ago, he kind of caught my eye, because I just think it doesn't matter whether you have anything with him. Like Boba Fett, you don't need to have anything with him. He's just mint. He's just mean.
Well, it's like if you look at our previous unboxing of the Obi-Wan figure that you won,
Well, that changed
You-
everything. It had
you
to be
don't-
bought then.
you don't get anything with it, really.
Yeah.
But god damn, I'd be lying if I didn't say he looked impressive,
Yeah.
because he looks absolutely fantastic. And an update on that video in the film, he does have the patch on his shoulder,
Mad.
but he looks class. The head sculpt's fantastic, and Vader, you're not even getting a head sculpt.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's just the mask and the helmet and everything, but it's gonna look brilliant.
Yeah, he's got to
And
go
you get
with
them
it.
next to each other, and that's it. And you go about all these movie things that you get at Christmas, the best bad guys and everything, and Vader's always up there as the most iconic bad guy,
Yeah, he's.
and he probably is. Like you said, you could mention Star Wars to anyone and they'll come back with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Whereas for
So-
me, Emperor. I
This
love
guy,
the
you can
Emperor.
still get 2 months pre-order on this guy. So if you want to split the price on him,
Yeah,
it's still kind of decent. But he's people have got him because he's out in Hong Kong. We're due to get Darth Vader in February, but that's going to change because of one thing. We live kind of in the sticks of geekness, so we have the odd daft shop, but we have a little mini convention. We're hoping to do something from that convention next time it's on,
yeah.
and put it on the channel so you can see it. But the main thing with it next time is David Prowse, the guy that played Darth Vader, is there. So I need to speed up Darth Vader because I want David Prowse to sign the box.
Yeah.
So February, watch the channel because we're gonna get the real Darth Vader to say something about the Loot Troop. I'm not gonna pay for him to sign my box unless he talks about the Loot Troop. So keep your eyes peeled, but I'm gonna be speeding that up so we get it in good time, hopefully for the convention, so we can get it signed. But we'll show you. It's only a small thing, but there's loads of like good cosplay on the go and bits and bobs, and we'll knock up a little video about that.
Yeah, we'll take some pictures. Might even, if we can both get there, drag out a camcorder and
definitely
get a bit of daft video and see what we can do with that.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, there's the next one.
Flame troopers. The only thing that puts me off is they don't do that in real life.
Yeah, I know, but they still look good, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
These are all pre-orders now. These are all the Star Wars until it changes further down the line. These are all now up for pre-order. So if you want to split the cost of this through Sideshow, you can. They're all pre-orders, but they all kind of scatter around to come out at the same time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
that's why Captain Phasma's not being ordered yet, because you're looking between the way Kylo Ren is spaced out with his payments. He finishes and then Boba Fett for me starts. So to do that would overlap, and that would be like £65-70 a month.
Yeah.
Unless I can try and swing something, but
well,
the way they've bearing in mind that the Force Awakens is 30 years after Return of the Jedi, so that's now standard Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
That's First Order Flame Trooper, and the way they've updated them looks fantastic. Even the normal bog standard Stormtroopers, the updates to them look brilliant.
So this one, I like this guy.
Oh, the Sand Trooper looks beauty.
Yeah, the Sand Trooper. And you can keep on going with these troopers. You could spend like 800 quid.
I mean, did you see the exclusive that they put up the other day, the copper one?
I think it's on here. I think I've shot it in. It's on the
Asian
market.
Yeah, I might have jumped the gun there, but it looks class. And it's just in copper. It's just a different Stormtrooper in copper.
That looks like an actor in the film. That looks unbelievable. The sand dust around him, the sand dust on his chest plate. If you can go down the route now and start collecting your fancy Star Wars, get on it. There's never been a better time to get into these 1/6 scale figures if you are a Star Wars. That's
the only thing.
Brilliant.
For me, is you look at it and you get your Sand Trooper, and then you think, right, well, I want a Stormtrooper to go with him, so you get a Stormtrooper. And you think, well, I want a Scout Trooper to go with that, so you get a Scout Trooper. And you think, oh, I want the First Order Troopers to go with it, and then you get that, and that looks absolutely badass.
You've got to get that. You've got to use your rewards. You've got to do anything to get that. Because I actually want
$80 worth of rewards now.
Yeah, you've got to get it. You've got to. It's just, you can't not. Captain Phasma. Look it up. The Hot Toys Captain Phasma. It looks unreal.
It looks fantastic. Look at all the weather in that on the helmet.
Good. Looks so good. And when's he due out? If he comes out? He's around the same time, isn't he? March
or April, yeah.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
The thing is, once it is right, and MB's been going about it all the time. Once you get sucked in, you get sucked in, and you want everything.
You do.
You want everything that gets shown.
You do, and that is a must buy. There he is.
There it is, the chrome version.
Yeah.
Look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic.
It's an Asia exclusive, so I don't expect it to land on Sideshow. Nothing's been announced just yet. So this will go for a hell of a lot of money. I swear to God, this will go for big bucks. But we thought we'd have a look at it. I don't think we're gonna. It's not gonna be one that.
No, I won't. It looks fantastic, but I wouldn't buy it.
No, it's not. It doesn't feature in the film, does it? It's not what we're about. It's like, given there's an all-white Iron Man, I wouldn't buy it.
I don't know.
You know, the Iron Man that.
Cool as F.
Nah, Iron Man's gold and red.
I know, yeah, but
that's what he does.
Still.
So yeah.
That's
the newly one that's just of late. They've just announced that in the last few days.
Yeah,
it's double pack.
Double pack, yeah.
And they do look good, don't
I mean,
they?
you can buy them separate.
Yeah, but they do look good, don't
They
they?
do, yeah, they look class.
So that's the First Order Stormtrooper officer and Stormtrooper.
Well, that's the thing for me. If you go that route, then you get the Stormtrooper, then you
The
say, right, I want the
Flametrooper.
officer, and then you say, right, I want the Flame Trooper.
Yeah,
And by the time we've done that, there's like 600-700 quid gone.
yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. But they're mint.
Oh. Yeah,
So
there's,
you
no,
do.
there's no denying it. They are fantastic.
And that's the other quarter scale figure that was released, which I'm slightly jealous about.
Yeah, it's
Iron Man. And you can see the videos of that now all over left, right, and centre. And it's a quarter scale figure, which you're talking. Yeah.
Nice.
And how good would that look? It looks absolutely class. So jammy if you've got it.
I know, yeah, but you've got that one and it's class.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So why would you need another one?
I know, it's just Iron Man, isn't it? You just don't. And then that's another one that they've threw out there. They've gone back to because I know it's an hot angel alien girl from Aliens versus Predator. But what I will say is there's a lad that I work with who I know who started collecting the Faison figures, and Faison have all of a sudden booked their IDs up and the figures look quite good. And I think Hot Toys have thought, hang on a minute, we need to get in on that act. And they've made some kind of sexy half alien type.
So they've gone in on it and made alien porn,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. And that's what that is. So, we're not.
I
we're
mean,
not-
what is that gun?
She's got two big guns. Oh, that gun. I was talking about the two big guns.
That's just, it's fun. It's like anime.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
It's fun.
Well, that's what the Faisons are like. They're bringing out Red Sonja and they bring out all these
Oh my
assassins
God.
and stuff. But it's not.
Not
we're
my
not-
thing,
Yeah,
alien
we're
porn.
not going to go down there, but
boy.
it's a nice figure. It's a nice figure.
No, yeah, it does. It looks really good. Like porn.
And that's the upcoming releases that you can see there.
Yeah, and now you can see Kylo Ren looking like an absolute badass
Yeah.
at the front.
So this is like from now till Q1, which will take you up to yours.
Yeah.
Batman
looks class.
Thanos, no idea. Batman, gonna have it in hand, but I've only ordered it through my account for someone else. Kylo Ren, that's gonna be unboxed. Scarlet Witch.
Look at the way he's
that's gonna
paused
be
there.
Unboxed.
His pause
Looks
there
mint.
looks class.
Looks beauty. I don't know what this is. Is this something to do with that, man?
Oh,
I
Yeah,
have no
could
idea
be.
what that is. But yeah, Thanos is now. Last payment for Thanos comes out in about 5 days, but he hasn't been released in Hong Kong yet, so not expecting him. The same goes for Batman. Last payment 5 days. It's not going to come. Scarlet Witch is due January. Kylo Ren March.
Pepper
Pepper
Potts looks
Potts
absolutely
just
awful.
looks ridiculous. That, do you know what, right? Honestly, I think we'd have reviewed that bad, you know, if we'd have got that figure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even going to be. But that's the next sort of quarter for Hot Toys and the releases that they're kind of churning out. So the box at the back, at the bottom is the Batman double pack, because you get Michael Keaton, and the box at the top is just the Batman. But yeah, the Pepper Potts thing is terrible.
I want Batman.
And that's where we are.
Batman looks class.
Yeah, he does. I'm hoping that we get permission to have a look at that.
Oh yeah.
So,
A bit of permission would be nice.
yeah, we like permission.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't use permission when it comes to drinking loads of beer in here when we should be maybe looking after children.
Never neglect your children, kids.
Yeah, that's it.
Never.
So, that probably concludes our Lootcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've kind of overrun because I'm sure there's pizza downstairs.
I could smell it.
Yeah. So there you go.
Most of all, I hope you've enjoyed what we've waffled on about.
Yeah.
Why we've been drinking beer. As we've said, it's just a bit of a relaxing, no tables, no shotting figures or comic books about. Just a bit of a talk about what's coming up.
Once we know more about what we're going to do, we could probably do these things on the Hop Live, and then we can get some sort of comments going, hopefully, because you're just not commenting enough.
Yeah.
And
Let's
we've
get some
got
comments
we've
going.
got on Twitter and on Instagram, we've got a collective few that like everything that we do,
Yeah.
and we absolutely appreciate it. We really do.
Oh, really?
And we know that them guys watch the videos religiously and like that different take on stuff. So just give us some more interaction, because we enjoy hooking up with you guys. And like I said, at the end of the video, we're going to stick up the PSN network tags. So if you want to get on, I think we had a good 5 strong stormtroopers last night.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic on Battlefront.
So if you fancy
Even
it,
if you don't play Battlefront, still add us.
yeah,
Because
there's
like
many
this
more
is,
things
we
going
can
on. Sports games,
got other games
I
that
like
are going about.
Tomb Raider, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just hanging, chilling out, having a natter on. Give us an ad. You know.
Definitely.
But yeah, we hope you've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed waffling on and drinking a few beers.
Yeah.
And we need to hit the pizzas now, I think.
Yeah. Hunger's kicking in.
Yeah.
Don't
So
forget, Twitter, @LootTroop, Instagram, The Loot Troop, email, loottroopers@gmail.com. Comment below on the video, youtube.com/LootTroop.
yeah,
That's MB.
that's MB.
Hope you've enjoyed this Lootcast.
Should we eat?
Right, eat.
But
Bye bye.